Yo, what's going on, people? Just acting. Because we are all just acting in a system of white supremacy. Um, Shout out to the new subs. I've got like 5 new subs. I'm on like 120 subs now. Shout out to all of you for subbing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I've got like, what, 5 new subs in like 2 weeks? I think that's good. I think that's good. Still, thank you, people. I don't show my face and that, but I try and keep it visually stimulating to the best of my ability and how bothered I am at the time. So yeah, man, I try to encourage you lot to subscribe. Even if you don't watch or agree with everything I say, just subscribe, man. Why not? It's free. Do you know how many channels I subscribe to that I don't watch? Shout out to you lot, though, man. Appreciate it. What are we talking about? Yeah, we're talking about this comment from Born Enemy 3453. Like, shout out to Born Enemy. This is the comment. Where is it? Here we go. I know you a foreigner, LOL. You're an imposter. You're not us. Talk the language of your homeland. Be proud and quit being a runner. I'm going to take that comment as he's talking to me because he's left it, it's me. Even though people call Flocker the tether, he's obviously aligning me with that because I'm from the UK. Fair play. But what are you talking about, though, Born Enemy? What's the language of my homeland? The language of my homeland is English. That's the language of my homeland. That's the official language of my homeland is English. So I'm talking the language of my homeland, Are you? Are you? Because I swear before, like, certain European invaders went to America, they weren't speaking no English in America. Those people there, Indians, black, whatever you want to call them, but those people there, they weren't talking English. They were talking something else, man. Not English. So all this homeland talk. You need to chill, bro. What are you talking about? I think you might be a Caucasian. I don't really think you're FB. I think you're just antagonizing. But hey, this is online, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna roll with it. Why not? Content. Imposter. Sorry, just a sidebar. I've allowed any type of comments on mine. I didn't realize you can like hold a sensitivity to where you can block words, or if someone says something to you that you don't like, you can make sure that comment doesn't get seen. Nah, man, come with it. As long as you're to the topic, just being random. I think this guy's being random, but I like it because I can use content from it. I can just say stuff based on this nonsense here. Born Enemy. Let's go to his channel. We do that. He's got 2 subs. Let's see what we've got. Oh, let's view his channel. All right. He doesn't have any content on his channel. All right. So yeah, no, he's on YouTube. He's been on there for a good couple of years. Maybe he's borrowed time. Borrowed time. That sounds like one of those white supremacists. One of their sort of, captions or anecdotes or mantra. We're on borrowed time, brothers. That's one of those white supremacists, those militia type. Borrowed time. Are you sure you're black, my brother? You sure? I don't think you are. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you're a black guy. I think you're just talking nonsense just to say stuff. But there are people out there like that. I'm on Twitter Spaces and I be hearing all the anti-black, anti-African, or anti-American. They're all there. They're all in abundance. If you wanna be anti something, just hit X. Hit there. It's a good place to understand the psychology of how people think. Because honestly, don't get twisted. That's how people really think. Most of them, because a lot of people don't want to show their face, or you can have faceless trolls who just be saying anything to garner a reaction out of people. Yeah, they're all on Twitter. So you should check it out, man. If you're a faint heart, don't chill. It's good. But anyway, back to this comment. I've said what it is, isn't it? I'm talking English. That's the language of my homeland. Why am I not in my homeland? Why am I in England? Just ended up here. England has been everywhere, so it's only just that. If England has been everywhere, it's only just that I can be here, right? It's only right. I think some of these shrapnel from delineation processes need to be honed in or captured or controlled a bit more, because you embolden trolls like this just to be saying anything to anybody without real knowledge of what they're saying, taking into account what they're saying. It becomes easy. You had some guy, what was that white man? Oh, Mike TV, something Mike TV, some mixed race guy that was just chatting S, and he just felt so but you could just tell this is a white man. This is a white man. You know, some mixed race people, they like black. This guy, he was white. Like he was a white mixed race guy. I can't remember. Mike TV Mike or something. So that's this little bonehead talking all types of nonsense, like just saying stuff, and under the disguise of delineation or being proud of who. Get out of here, man. This Mike guy, like, you know. What Tariq is saying, I think I've been saying that for years, even before the ADOS movement came into play. I've been saying that. So I think it's only natural that people who were slaves in the country of America have a certain connection to each other. It's only natural. It's a no-brainer. Like, it's not really a debate. So, however, what's come out of it has been quite interesting. Certain people going in different directions, it would look like. I've listened to Tariq since about, 2012, 2013, since Ustream days, and, you know, yeah, man, he put me onto Neely Fuller, so shout out to him. You know, no matter where he goes, I can kind of always going to have respect for him, for putting me onto the great Neely Fuller. But obviously, listening to these broadcasts, like Tariq's broadcasts, a couple of times now, they're in a different space. I think, I'm not necessarily in a disagreement with that. I think they're regrouping as a whole. They've spent so long trying to claim something that they really shouldn't have been claiming, which is the whole Africa. Now that they have regrouped, there's a whole load of catching up to do. So it might seem like they're going on and on, but because they've been sort of in the dark about their lineage for so long, now that they've kind of opened their eyes, it's like it's going to be a process. It's going to be many years that they're going to still be delineating, and until FBA is really actually in the public light and people start recognizing the differences in black people. Until they start recognizing that, okay, this is a black person, but is he from Africa or is he a foundational black American? I think the sooner the mainstream society start agreeing or start acknowledging that, the better for everybody. Maybe not. Who is it going to be better for? If there was a movement where FBAs are recognized and Africans and people from outside of America are recognized as separate entities, who would that benefit? I mean, I don't know, but as that is what the main movement is, I think it should be achieved. And then when it's achieved, we'll see the outcome. Because at the moment, it seems very petty, especially listening to some of the broadcasts. I mean, Africans calling in, asking dumb questions like, why are you delineating? And, just creating arguments just for nothing. There's no need. And then obviously Tariq and some of Tariq's followers will start going in on Africans in the most, brutal way. When I say brutal, I mean brutal in the sense of, well, not heard you guys say that. Not heard you guys say that about Africans before. It's normally Daishiki and Love and Africa chains, but wow, that's what I mean. It's quite harmless fun. It's quite funny jokes, really. It's like roasting, but still, a lot of Africans find that quite distasteful coming from black Americans. Hey, that's just how it goes, though. A lot of Africans have found black Americans distasteful before the whole delineation process. So, be careful what you wish for, I guess, eh? That whole separating, we are Africans, you are, we have culture, you don't. It's gone full circle in a different direction, though. So, it's always be careful what you wish for. So now, the wish is to be recognised as a separate entity from all other Africans, which I think is a absolutely worthy cause. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. I think it's a worthy cause, and yes, it should be achieved. It should be achieved. However, be careful what you wish for, because, like I said previously, who is that going to be good for? Reparations, yes, and it should go to only people who had slavery, who had links to slavery. It should only go to that. It makes common sense. If it's reparations, then yeah. If it's reparations for general slavery, then obviously it should go to everybody. But we're not talking about general slavery, we're talking about slavery, so reparations should go to the descendants of slaves. It's just, these things are no-brainers, and the people that argue them, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's content, but it seems really, after a while, you start understanding, it makes sense. So that's not the argument, but then, that's not the argument. The argument is, if Black Americans, FBAs, are recognised by the government, by the mainstream society, the dominant society, who would that benefit? I've heard people say, oh, it'll benefit because, you know, we'll have our own businesses, we'll support each other, and we'll be sort of more in tune with our culture. If that's the case, let it happen. It should happen. And African Americans should stop resisting. Let the delineation process happen gracefully and support it. Don't be against it. It's not divisive. It's divisive if you start chatting S, then it becomes roasting. But just let it happen. Support your black brothers. Let them have that identity, because Jamaicans do. Jamaicans do. They come to England, they'll be 2-3 generations in English, but that Jamaican, you know, that heritage, they'll be proud to tell you they're Jamaican. So, and if you're not Jamaican, you're African. So it's not even you're African. They don't even it's not if you're African. If you're Jamaican, no, okay, then you're African. Then no, I'm from Africa. I'm from like Ghana. No, I'm from like Nigeria. No. You're Jamaican. You're not Jamaican. Okay, you're African then. Cool. I'm gonna go over here anyway. That's how it is, man. Just have to know. So don't be surprised. That's just how it is. Let things take their course. If that's the way it's gonna be, that's the way it's gonna be. Yeah. Support your true American brothers and sisters out there. Let them delineate. Gracefully support the delineation. Don't try and muscle in or try and sneak in on their reparations, because they deserve it. It's their, you know, it was their legacy. It's, you know, let them have their reparations. Support it. Please, don't, you know, otherwise you're going to get more nutters like Born Enemy just going around trying to start fires. And as for the foundational Black Americans, I mean, Tariq is doing a good job of manning the forts. It might be in a more comedic way, in a more satire way, but still, you know, some Africans get really upset by it. I think it's quite funny hearing the pushbacks. And it's the pushbacks that get some of the craziest responses and some of the craziest roasts. Sometimes the pushbacks just, you know, it might, even if the pushback's true, it might be just like, no, not the right time. Let people have the right to do what they feel, especially when it comes down to their lineage, and relax. And Born Enemy, those suck some. Anyway, man, just acting. Peace.